Welcome to the channel, everyone. I hope you all are doing well today, and to all my new supporters joining us for the first time, welcome to the family. Today, I will be reacting to Canadians are avoiding the US. Will its economy suffer? My answer to that title, yes, our economy will suffer tremendously. You know how many Canadians and other people out the countries within Europe are deciding, I'm not going to travel over there to the US because they got too much going on right now. They got too much going on and we don't want to go over there and support them and give them our money. Come on now.
There's been a lot of talk from Canadians saying, I don't want to go to the US anymore.
This week we were planning on going, but we decided to make a different decision.
We're boycotting them for sure.
We have to stand up for Canada. You know, they're poking us in the eye, so we got to poke them back.
And there are surveys too, one where more than 60% of people said they planned to avoid travel to the US this year entirely. But again, lots of people say things. It's been harder to know how real this apprehension was until now, because the data is in. The drop is significant, and Americans have noticed in a big way.
Canadian airlines are taking away flights to popular U.S. cities. This after many Canadian vacationers apparently are avoiding the U.S.
It is having not only a negative impact on the tourism market, but business as a whole.
We're seeing pretty seismic developments in terms of the number of people that are willing to go to the U.S. right now.
It's heartbreaking. It's absolutely heartbreaking.
And here's the thing. More Canadians pour into the U.S. every year than people from any other country in the world. So we wanted to know just how much does this drop actually hurt the U.S.?
Unbelievable. And it's not even about just travel. Canadians aren't supporting the U.S. in any type of way. They're not crossing the border over to the United States. They're not traveling to the United States. They're canceling all their trips, rescheduling their trips to go somewhere else, somewhere that's probably nicer within this world. I don't even know why you guys would even want to come over here. There's just a lot of fabulous things to see around this world besides in the United States. But I guess since we're neighbors, it's more cost efficient as well, and you guys didn't have the issue with traveling over here like how you do now. So I don't knock you for that. There's just other places I would rather go. I'm just saying. So you guys are making the right decision. I don't knock you on that. And they will not be buying any of our products. They are going to be looking in store. Is that the U.S. product? Put it back. Put it back. Go get some Canadian. Go get some Canadian. Mommy, Daddy, I got some snacks. Let me see your fruit snacks. U.S. Go put it back. Go get one that's just Canada. Yeah, it's that deep. It's that deep. This is crazy. Oh my goodness. This is going to be an amazing video. Oh boy, oh boy.
The U.S.
I ain't gonna be pausing a lot.
Let's start with the turning point. The moment data started to show something real was happening here. This red line shows how many people traveled by land from Canada to the US between October and February of this year, compared to the orange line, which is last year's travel data. Superimposing the lines like this, you can see how this year's travel numbers have actually been higher than the previous years since October, but then the two lines split apart from each other in February, which was, if you think back, right around the time the US and Canada began phase one of a fresh trade fight.
The White House confirming tonight that a 25% tariff on Canadian imports will take effect on Tuesday.
Canadians are fully united from coast to coast to coast to stand up for this extraordinary and beautiful country.
And brand new Canadian data seems to show this sharp downturn in travel actually accelerated in March, with a 32% drop in Canadian return trips from the US by car year over year, which is also the lowest number of Canadians coming back over the border since 2022, when Canadians really had good reasons to stay home, with COVID testing, vaccine mandates, cross-border quarantine measures still in place.
A lot of people obviously voting with their wallets and saying, you know what, we're going to stay closer to home. We're not going to spend our hard-earned money there while we deal with Trump's tariffs and Trump's 51st state taunts.
And the drop in Canadians booking flights to the U.S. is pretty substantial too. According to the travel agency Flight Center, 40% fewer Canadians booked vacations to American cities in February, and 1 in 5 Canadians actually canceled their trips to the U.S. over the past 3 months.
After I get cancellation emails from my clients, some of whom have been my clients for over 2 decades, I come back to them and like, guys, It's Trump, right? It's politics. It's policy. It's he being mean, and is that why the cancellations are happening? And they're coming back to me. It's 1,000.
Okay, so this guy is a travel advisor. He's a travel advisor. If my people watching this video weren't aware of that, because he said clients, and I assume he's helping them with the funding, not with the funding process, but more so looking around, seeing where they would like to travel to, the best areas, the best spots that are cost efficient, things to do. Things like that.
Mean, and is that why the cancellations are happening? And they're coming back to me. It's 1,000%, 1,000%. It's Trump's policies and politics, and we are sorry.
And airlines are noting.
Wait. He had to make sure that he wasn't the issue. He had to call his clients back. Is it me? Is it something I said? No. Is it something I did? Is it something I showed you? What happened? Yeah, it's the president, man. It's politics. We cannot beat politics. Oh man, it's all right. He could advise them to go to another country and they could continue to be your clients. It's okay. But it looked like he thought he was the issue.
1,000%, 1,000%. It's Trump's policies and politics, and we are sorry.
And airlines are noticing. Some allocating tens of thousands fewer seats from Canada to the US this April. United Airlines even going so far as to cancel a new daily route between Toronto and LA that it had planned to start up in May.
Oh,
so
what?
Here's where the problem becomes really real.
I didn't even know that.
Canada-US travel was supposed to have been ramping up, right? And as we've been approaching the busiest time of year, the summer months, what happens if this drop keeps dropping? The shock could be big.
They'll be missed. I mean, we're going to feel it, a big impact in our pocket end of the season if they don't show up this year.
Wildwood. That's like 30, 45 minutes away from me.
According to the U.S. Travel Association, in 2024, about 20 million Canadians either drove or flew south, and the majority of them to either New York, Florida, Arizona, Texas, or California.
Even local officials in Las Vegas are saying what's going on with Canada right now is a problem for us and growth opportunities for us.
Because just think about it. Every single activity that these Canadian visitors book, every meal they eat, every hotel they stay at, that's money being pumped into the U.S. economy. Last year, Canadians spent over $20 billion in the United States. That's twice as much as what Americans spent at McDonald's in 2024, and almost as much as what the entire U.S. gym and fitness industry pulls in each year. And not only does this amount of money help fuel local business, it also creates jobs. The U.S. Travel Association estimates about 140,000 of them. So what happens when some of that money starts to disappear?
To give you an idea, in like actual dollar bills, 2024, my company grossed $35,000 exclusively from Canadian high school kids coming to New York City for their class trip. 2025, 5,000 and going down because I still get cancellations every other week. I hire 15 tour guides and they all work for me as well as other companies. My inability to hire them to do what they love, which is share their passion and their energy and their excitement about the greatest city in the world, it sucks, man. It's really, really rough.
And some American businesses make so much money off Canadians, they've actually built their entire business models around them.
No!
Looks forward to Canadian snowbirds coming to Florida every year.
They create bond here and friendship.
Canadians have filled his motels for the past 35 years, but this year was different.
With Canadians right now, we're about 30%, when we should be more like around 80%. So it's a big drop.
To put this in broader terms, it's estimated about 1 million Canadians, mostly retired, travel to the U.S. every winter. And that group, they're not just staying for days, even weeks. Many of them spend months, if not half the year, south of the border, which creates an expectation from local businesses that they and their money keep coming.
I live here 6 months. This is my home. But I'm leaving April 2nd.
I actually feel guilty that I'm here.
If you have, approximately 1 million snowbirds going away, they're spending money on vacation rentals when they go there. They're also engaging in activities. They're going out to eat. They're doing other things locally. So you're talking in the billions of dollars.
And think about the little guy, the smaller vacation towns close to the border that might feel the financial impact the most. The Adirondacks in New York State. About 130,000 people live there full time. But figure, Up to 6 times that many Canadians, 600,000 people, visit every year, both in the summer and in the winter.
We've seen individual families choosing not to come. We've heard of whole hockey teams choosing not to come to some of our international sporting events. And some group travel bookings, bus tours, etc. Have also canceled.
This is from a local Adirondack newspaper, referring to a survey suggesting 66% of businesses in the area have already seen a decrease in Canadian bookings for 2025. And their regional tourism office figures with even just a 20% drop in Canadian visitors, businesses in the area would see a decrease of $12 million in spending.
A lot of communities that are really dependent on Canadian tourism are really suffering right now. They're really having a difficult time.
And let's drill down even more, because forget big splashy vacations. Think about Canadians living right along the border who don't necessarily even think about the US as a destination per se, because they're just driving across the border to go to Target or Trader Joe's or to, I don't know, hit a mall, see a concert, go to a ball game.
You think of Walden Galleria in Buffalo. I mean, you look at the license plates in the parking lot, and there are a lot of Ontario plates there each and every day.
Oh my goodness. So many Ontario plates. I'm like, is there anybody from New York here? I'm like, oh my gosh. It makes me feel like I'm in another country. I'm over there. I'm like, man, true that. True that.
Look at the license plates in the parking lot, and there are a lot of Ontario plates there each and every day. They're almost entirely dependent on Canadians and Canadian tourism and day trippers who just go for a few hours and spend their money there.
And do not underestimate the importance of this, because just to give you one example, county executives in that Buffalo, Niagara area say in February, their records show a 7% decrease in sales tax revenue. That, they say, is at least in part because there are fewer Canadians paying sales tax.
Certainly in my hometown of Buffalo, where Canadians come over all the time and they go to our sporting events, they shop in our stores. So sales tax revenues are dropping already.
And that'll affect fire and safety and police force and everything else. Sales taxes in a lot of communities, people don't realize, are paid for by tourism.
And this is worth underlining because tax revenue might actually be the most meaningful way in which a Canadian travel boycott could affect the United States. So think about it this way. Let's say this trend continues and there's something like a 20% drop in the number of Canadian visitors to the US this year. That would work out to something like 4 million people fewer traveling. Economists predict that would cost the US about $4.3 billion in lost revenue. Now, the sales tax rate varies by state. On average, let's call it about 5%. So 5% of 4.3 billion, you divide that number by 20, what you end up with is something like $200 million less in tax revenue.
And when that's gone or it seriously declines, people notice. That's money that's not easily replaced by Americans. A lot of lawmakers are saying the current situation is not good for my state. We need to make some changes. We need to bring the Canadians back. So I think that we are having an impact.
Question is, to what extent, if at all, can the damage be undone? Or does it only get worse from here?
The government of Canada has updated its travel advice for anyone going to the U.S.
It warns that U.S. Border Patrol has the authority to search phones, laptops, or tablets with no reason.
Our old relationship of steadily deepening integration with the United States is over.
Now, if we've learned anything over the past few weeks, it's that what the Trump administration does next cannot be predicted. So ruling out anything as impossible is just foolish. But the trajectory is clear, and there is a cost to alienating allies.
And now is the worst time to be opening up any businesses or franchises. In my opinion, yes. Especially if you are in Buffalo, New York, or you are just close to the Canadian border. Don't even open it. Look, forget about it. You can forget about it, okay? We are not making that money back. So now the U.S. is losing profit. We're not able to reach our financial goals towards this economy. Our main customers are gone. How you gonna upset the main customers? That's what I be talking about. How you gonna upset your main buyers? If you see them, you supposed to kiss up to them, shine their shoes, kiss their feet. Yeah. Well, I don't understand. Like, I didn't know Canada had that much of an effect on our on our profit goals. I'm like, what? Majority of the people traveling to the U.S. were Canadians? I'm like, I can't even fathom that. But yet again, it's right next to us. So, I mean, duh. This is crazy. Everybody let me know in the comments what you think about this. And how do you feel about the Canadians that are still deciding to travel over to the U.S., you know, just for a visit, for a little vacation? How do you feel? Please be honest with me. Oh, man. I know a few Canadians in my comments have told me, even on social media have told me, you know, I'm getting ready to travel to the United States this week. I'm going tomorrow, actually, man. I'm excited, you know, despite what's going on. There's some Canadians out there still who just don't care. Well, like, I'm going to travel. I'm going to enjoy my life, and I'm not going to get caught up, you know, in these political disagreements because it's ruining my life. And I respect that. You know, everybody has their own life. You have a freedom of speech and a freedom of choice. Yes. But I don't know, man. Even my Canadians that still decide to travel over here, I think you guys should just stay in Canada or relocate. Not relocate, but, you know, pick somewhere else to travel to, because I don't know. I'm just doing it for the best of y'all. Like, I just want y'all to be safe, and I don't want you to get made fun of or bashed, you know, clowned or any type of way. You know, I don't want you to be pointed out like, oh, you're not a real Canadian, you're a traitor. You know, none of that, man. Because you know how quick people will be to call you a traitor if you are still visiting the U.S. I'm like, oh, man. He asks in this video, will this ever recover? Will we ever recover from this situation? No. Unless Donald J. Trump were to actually go up on that podium. First, I just want to say, you know, I'm sorry for saying the 51st state. Yeah, he gotta just say sorry for all these things and for acting so rational. But will he do that? No. I don't think nobody with that much power is willing to just give up like that. Come on now. Not even Carney. So it's going to be a battle on both sides for the longest amount of time, and you guys just got to let your PM take this matter into his hands, and we got to let the president take this into his hands, and we got to let them go at it and deal with it. Everybody, please feel free to let me know in the comment section what you thought about this video, and are you happening to take a trip to the U.S. very soon? Or do you have a change of plans? Did you actually reschedule your trip and decide that you and your family were going to travel somewhere else around the world rather than the U.S.? Please, everybody, be honest. And only if you are comfortable. If you are a Canadian that are traveling here to the United States just for a vacation. Now, if you got family issues going on, you got to visit family that's sick or this or that, handle your business. Handle your business. Family, yes, handle your business. If it's like in need, desperate times, like you need to see your family member or they're sick or ill, you need to take care of them. Okay, do what you got to do. But as far as traveling here on a vacation, I don't know. If you feel comfortable enough sharing your comments, please feel free. Go ahead. I'm open to read them all. I don't judge nobody either. I'm just trying to make sure that nobody in the comments judge you, though. And, you know, I don't want to be reading a bunch of replies to a comment of somebody that said, yeah, I'm a Canadian. I'm traveling to the U.S. Because I don't want you to get bashed. I don't want that negativity in my comments. So just, I would say if you was going to comment, keep it to yourself. But if not, hey, I mean, nobody can tell you what to do at all. And I really, truly respect and appreciate you for commenting, especially if you are a Canadian coming here. So, oh, honesty is everything with me. Just keep it real. Just keep it real. Stop lying to me. Yes. Everybody, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and turn all post notifications on. Feel free to share this video and channel to your friends and family members. And please continue to flood my comment section and suggestion link in the description down below so we could continue to react to more amazing educational videos like this on a daily basis. Everybody stay safe. Enjoy that beautiful weather, man. Enjoy that beautiful weather. I'll catch you guys in the next one.